Alright, welcome to another episode of Wine with Wanhee. Today we don't have any wine because we ran out of wine. I had a little bit of whiskey instead, then ran out of whiskey too. So I clearly have to stock up on either wine or whiskey or something else that starts with a W. What starts with a W? That is alcoholic. Wine and whiskey. Can you think of one? Probably not. Anyways, this is a series I started so that I can answer your questions or just talk about whatever the hell I want to talk about. And since I don't have any questions in front of me, today's just going to be a big old ramble. Ramble, schlamble, scramble. And what I want to talk about is the difficulty of becoming or being or continuing to be a creator. Now, this is not an easy topic. I'm actually going through the thick of it right now because a creator, in some sense, creates with the full knowledge that his work will be consumed, right? That there is an audience for it. It's like an artist that paints and a singer that writes lyrics and makes songs. You always have the audience in mind, which is obvious, but then there is an aspect of creating something that you want to create and what the audience expect. Now, when you first start as a singer, as a painter, as a content creator, you don't really care about that shit because nobody's watching your stuff, nobody's listening to your songs, nobody cares about you. So you just make something that whatever you feel like in them, or you're just seeing what sticks. And usually it's very authentic. It's very close to yourself, right? And there's an effort, there's a genuine, heartfelt effort that goes into your craft. And I'm referring to myself when the first videos that I used to make, the amount of just effort that went into every detail and how much I just did it in my way. And then what happens inevitably is that hard work, that passion, there's a point where the passion gets conveyed to the audience and it matches a certain level of skill and gives the audience a good enough experience that they say, this guy, this song, this painter is pretty legit. Let me tell my friend about it. And so begins the first wave of recognition that an artist, a content creator might go through. Now, some of you might be saying, if you're a YouTuber, you're not an artist. And I would probably agree with you, to be honest. I'm not trying to say that a content creator is the same as an artist, but in the aspect of creating something that is consumed by an audience and how you get shaped by your audience, it is very similar, I think. I remember, I don't know where, but I think it was John Mayer in one of his interviews said there are songs in his album that he writes for the billboards. He knows it's for the charts. It's going to be a number one. And there are songs in the album that are for himself. And this is exactly what he means too, right? Because I bet back in the day he used to just write songs that were just like the songs he liked. And then when some of it started popping off, he realized, that's what people like. From the list of things that I can do, that is what is appreciated. That is what people rave about. And so he starts creating more of those songs. And on the way, he starts creating less and less of the songs that he really wants to make because he just knows not many people will appreciate it. This is, I think, the conflict of every single artist, creator, and maybe even a business, right? A fashion director that wants to create clothes that he truly feels is unique and an expression of what he wants to show. Yet he must, on some level, pay attention to what is being liked by the people what is trending, and he may design a piece that in one season just gets completely neglected, but it's his most it's his dearest creation. So I think you know what I'm talking about, right? You can see that would be a conflict. So this shows that you need to be wary of not just negative feedback, but also of the positive feedback that you get in your life. Because while I've been speaking about creators and artists, this of course applies to you in whatever thing you do, right? Your personality, the way you act, the things you do, the words you use, how you speak, how you dress, all of these are shaped by the reactions you get from the people that you meet, or the reactions you think you might get, or the imaginary reactions. Like there is no vacuum where you just exist in this, unaffected from everyone. So you're constantly readjusting, and you got a bunch of positive feedbacks, which is why you continue to do one thing. You got a bunch of negative feedbacks, which is why you continue to do another thing. Yet in the midst of it all, there is maybe something that deep down is more authentic to you, that is truly what you want to show, what you want to wear, what you want to say, what you want to create. And the courage to do that continuously, over and over again, and to check oneself constantly for having gone far away from that. I think that is the responsibility of a creator and of an artist. And that's somewhat what's going through my mind and my content creator journey right now, right? It's been about 2 years since I started creating fitness videos. Before that, I was making, some vlogs and some random topics that I wanted to talk about, maybe a bit like this. And then, the fitness video popped off. I really love, fitness and working out. So I enjoyed, helping people, and I still do enjoy coaching people and helping people in that field. But it's come to that point where I feel like I've said almost everything there is to say about fitness. Not on this channel, by the way. I have another fitness channel for those of you that don't know. And yeah, so I'm feeling like, there are a million ways to cut the pie. I've cut it about 990,000 ways, and maybe it's time to do something else. And there is that kind of conflict, the inner conflict of, can I pivot? What is more immediate to me right now? What am I feeling more passion towards? And actually, recently, I've been getting like interested in fashion a lot. So I made a fashion video of the things that I learnt on how to dress better. Just organizing, the things that worked for me. And because I think I was really into that topic in the moment of filming it, the enthusiasm was transferred, and the video blew up. It's like almost 1 million views now because of it. And that just goes to show it's really enthusiasm and authenticity that gets transferred across the screen. And I'm sure that, this video, the nature of the topic, and yeah, this video is not one to get a lot of views. Like, I know that. But you, if you're watching this, at least this far, you probably feel that there's an authenticity, like I'm not lying right now, I'm just, like, you can probably just feel that, right? Whereas I feel in my fitness channel, sometimes I've developed a persona. A way of speaking, a way of professionalism, of not swearing, and of saying certain things a certain way. And man, like, where did that persona come from? Because the persona didn't that like a persona certainly existed in my first few videos, but it was not the same persona that exists now, which should tell you that persona, or even personality, like your personality, is created exactly in that way. It's a facade. It's a cover up. It's a lie. It's a woozy, it's a wazi, it's a fugazi, it's a fugazi. It's not on the elemental charts. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know if I'll post this video. Probably won't. May do. Who knows? But yeah, that's what's been on my mind. So, what's on your mind? Do you go through this kind of stuff as well? Where you feel like it's time to pivot in your life? It's time to do something else, to evolve. And with every one of these stages of next steps, there's a risk, there's a fear, and there's uncertainty. And all I can say to myself, and hopefully to you, is that every time I've leaned into that, I've come out the other side better off. And I never knew it at the time, but it was always the right decision. So that's maybe what I need to take to heart right now. Hope some of that resonated with you, whoever's watching. Jonathan, Jamama. See you next week. Bye-bye.